你快来看，快到这儿来看，快来！
闪的，没了。
From April 16th to April 17th, 2026, a dust storm affected large areas of northern and northwestern China. The event happened during the spring season when strong winds often carry dust from desert regions into populated areas. It caused reduced visibility, hazy skies, and increased air pollution across several provinces. The storm developed when a cold air system moved south from Mongolia. Strong winds lifted dust from dry land and deserts, such as the Gobi Desert and the Taklamakan Desert. The particles rose into the atmosphere and traveled long distances, spreading across northern China and parts of the northwest. Cities including Beijing and Tianjin experienced noticeable effects. The sky turned yellowish and orange, and visibility dropped significantly at times. Air quality levels worsened due to high concentrations of dust particles. People were advised to limit outdoor activities and wear masks when necessary. In northwestern China, especially the Tarim Basin region, dust conditions were more continuous. Instead of a single intense wave, there was ongoing blowing dust and haze for 2 days. Areas near desert edges experienced fluctuating visibility and persistent dusty weather. The dust storm affected transportation. Roads became more dangerous due to low visibility, and some travel schedules were delayed. Flights were affected in some areas, but not widely canceled. Residents were encouraged to stay indoors during peak conditions.
这个真的跟科幻大片一样，世界末日啊！你看看，哇，一下就通了。
Dust also settled on buildings, vehicles, and farmland. Cleaning was required after the storm passed. In agricultural regions, strong winds can damage crops and affect soil quality over time. However, dust can also carry minerals that travel long distances. This event is part of the regular spring dust storm season in China. Spring weather conditions, including dry soil and strong winds, make dust storms more common. Efforts such as planting trees and stabilizing land have helped reduce severity, but dust storms still occur each year. Overall, the April 16th to 17th, 2026 dust storm was a moderate but widespread event. It impacted air quality, visibility, transportation, and daily life across northern and northwestern China. The environmental impact of this dust storm was not limited to cities alone. Rural regions also experienced heavy dust deposition, which temporarily affected farming activities and outdoor labor. Farmers in some areas had to delay field work due to poor air conditions and reduced visibility. Livestock were also affected, as animals were exposed to dusty winds and dry air conditions. Meteorologists noted that the intensity of dust storms in 2026 was influenced by unusually dry soil conditions during early spring. Low precipitation levels during the winter months left large areas of land exposed and loose, making it easier for wind erosion to occur. This contributed to the frequency of dust events during March and April. In addition, the transport of dust over long distances showed how interconnected weather systems are across Asia. Dust particles originating in western deserts were carried across provinces and even affected air quality in regions far from the source areas. This long-range transport is a common feature of strong dust storms in northern China. Health authorities issued public warnings during the event, advising vulnerable groups such as children, elderly people, and individuals with respiratory diseases to remain indoors. Hospitals in affected cities reported a slight increase in patients with breathing discomfort, although no major emergency situation was recorded. After the storm passed on April 17th, conditions gradually improved as winds weakened and dust settled back to the ground. Skies cleared in most regions within 1 to 2 days, though some residual haze remained in certain areas. Cleanup efforts in urban centers helped restore normal conditions quickly. Overall, the April 16th to 17th dust storm demonstrated the ongoing seasonal challenges faced by northern and northwestern China. While environmental protection measures continue to reduce long-term desert expansion, natural wind systems still play a major role in shaping air quality and weather patterns in the region. Further analysis of this event suggests that wind speed patterns were the main driving force behind the storm's spread. Gusty winds exceeding normal seasonal averages allowed dust to be lifted higher into the atmosphere and carried further east than usual. This made the storm noticeable across a wider geographic area compared to weaker events. Urban infrastructure also played a role in how the storm was experienced. High-rise buildings in large cities affected local wind flow, sometimes trapping dust in street-level areas and creating pockets of heavier pollution. In contrast, open rural landscapes allow dust to move more freely without obstruction. The April 2026 dust storm is part of a long history of similar events in China. Historical records show that such storms have been occurring for centuries, but their frequency and intensity can vary depending on climate cycles, land use practices, and desertification trends. Modern monitoring systems now allow earlier detection and improved warnings for affected populations. Scientists continue to study these storms to better understand their formation and movement. Satellite imagery and ground-based sensors are used to track dust plumes and predict their paths. This helps authorities prepare and reduce risks to transportation and public health. Thanks for watching Severe Weather, where we break down the facts behind nature's most intense moments. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your support keeps this channel going. Hit the bell so you never miss a real, calm, and clear report. See you in the next one. Stay informed, stay safe.